The purpose of the Global CFO Council is to provide an educational and networking forum for senior financial executives in order to share best practices, discuss current financial issues, and to learn about current topics related to the performance of their jobs.
Good morning, Amanda. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning.
Thank you for agreeing to do this. I really appreciate you being so flexible with your schedule. It's a little earlier there. You're in Indiana,
Yes, we are. It's
and it's
it's 9 o'clock
Lafayette, Indiana. Did I get that correct?
Indiana.
All right. Well, good morning, Amanda. I have found some stuff on the internet about you, and I'm going to introduce you before we get started. And this may or may not be true. Sometimes I find information on the wrong Amanda Brackett, so let me know. Amanda, you're living in Lafayette, Indiana, and the CFO of Tippecanoe School Corporation. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And I looked this up. It's like 20 schools, 13,000 students, almost 2,000 employees.
That is correct. Yeah. Good job.
I've got 2 students I can barely handle. I don't know about 13,000 students,
Well,
so I'll be praying for you.
well, we just actually are pushing in the top 10 largest school districts in the state of Indiana. So we are actually closer to 14,000 students. So it's definitely been interesting during COVID. So
I think you got your undergrad in business administration from the University of Phoenix and your MBA in accounting from Indiana Wesleyan University.
that is correct.
Looks like you worked your way through college, and before that, you've been in the city slash school biz. I think you were a deputy clerk and treasurer of city government and an accountant at a school district before becoming the CFO.
That is correct. I started out in city government down in the Indianapolis area for the city of Beech Grove, and they actually only had about 10,000 residents. So compare that to the 14,000 students I have now. But and yeah, kind of the same thing as the deputy clerk treasurer there, doing all the accounting functions, accounts payable, payroll, all those good things, the budget, and then moved into schools. So been in schools ever since. So got over 20 years in the governmental finance sector. So
Well, God bless you. Amanda, let's get started. Question number 1. What is your favorite business book and why?
well, I don't have a favorite one, but I do have favorite authors. One of my favorite authors, and I'm sure it's a lot of people's, is John C. Maxwell. So this is Laws of Leadership, the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. This is just one of the books that I've read by him, and I just really like John Maxwell. The other one that I really enjoyed reading was Juggling Elephants. And I've actually gone to a seminar by Jones Laughlin where he has presented, and he is absolutely excellent. The Juggling Elephants is kind of more of a time management book, so it's really great as well. So
Ooh, I need that. I'm gonna check that book out. That's the first Juggling Elephants recommendation, Amanda. Way to bring it strong.
yeah,
Question number 2. What is the best advice that you've ever received?
best advice I've ever received is Q-tip. Quit
Mm,
taking it personally.
mm,
I think in this profession, especially dealing with parents and being a parent, we get criticized a lot, and so it's hard to not take it personally. We're all passionate about our jobs, and I think anybody who gets to the level that we are at as CFOs, we do take it personally, and we just need to remember it's business. We may not always agree. So Q-tip, quit taking it personally.
What about a new habit that you've recently started or a new tool that you've recently started using that you found beneficial?
Oh, wow. During COVID, probably the new tool that I found beneficial is we use Google Hangout a lot,
Mm-mm.
which is it's really kind of a fun video tool similar to Zoom. And that's the platform that we use for our schools. So I think that has been beneficial because we're able to reach a lot of people and without having to be there, together in the same room, but it's bringing us together. It also helps with time management
Mm.
because so many times before COVID hit, before we were doing virtual meetings, we would, constantly be running from either school to school or to other, vendors' offices or wherever. And now we can just kind of do back to back to back. We do a lot more meetings. I think that's what COVID has brought about, but I think it's helped us to stay connected.
That's so true. I do feel like I'm in more meetings because I have that gap in time where I'm not running to the meeting. I need to do something about that, Amanda. That maybe that's covered in a more recent version of juggling elephants.
Yeah.
Try saying that word. Elephants. It's hard. All right. Speaking of your current job, what is the best part of your current job?
What I probably like the most about my current job is the problem solving that we get to do. Even though probably the biggest task that I have annually is our budget, and our budget is $200 million. So even though that's a big task, I think the best part of my job is getting to problem solve when someone needs something and we're able to um, look at all the resources and be able to get them what they need within the regulations that we have. So
What about something personal about yourself that you wouldn't mind sharing with the rest of the CFO Council members?
well, yeah, I'll share a couple things. Well, first of all, I have two daughters and I've been happily married for 25 years. My youngest daughter's getting married in December,
Congratulations.
so we're excited about that. And then the other thing that I do kind of to decompress is I love to go camping. To me, sitting by a campfire outside, just it is so relaxing. So to me, that's kind of how I decompress, and that's something personal about me.
Awesome. Question number 6. Last question. It happened so fast. Amanda, what is something that I should have asked but didn't? And what is your answer to that?
Well, I think there's a misconception in school finance that you know that it's not as the same as the corporate world or whatever, and I think there's a misnomer to that, and we do, it's a little bit of different accounting. It's governmental accounting versus accrual accounting. But it is just as important. And as I said earlier, our budget is over $200 million a year. And if you look at 14,000 students, as I said earlier, my first job as a deputy clerk treasurer was for a city, and they only had 10,000 residents. So you look at a school district with 14,000 students and almost 2,000 employees. We are a small city. We're running a small city every day. We serve well over 1 million lunches and meals every day. We run about 2 million miles of transportation for buses. So we're doing transportation, we're doing maintenance, we're paving our parking lots. We actually even have a couple of roads so that we have. So we build a lot of buildings. So we're actually kind of a small city in itself, if you put it into perspective like that. And so I think that is something a lot of people, I think they should know about. I think it's just an interesting thing.
That is fascinating. It's like you are running a construction company, a restaurant, a hotel, a college, and a taxi service.
That is exactly correct. Yeah.
Wow. Your job is a lot harder than mine, and God bless you. And it can't be easy during COVID, all that you have to juggle, all those things at one time. So you're doing a great job. You're on the front lines, and you and all your employees, thanks you for being educators and feeding into the children of Indiana. You're doing a great job. And I saw a theme, Amanda, around efficiency. The book, the tool, your tips. I think you're a big efficiency a student and expert. So thanks for bringing that, and thank you for doing this today. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You too. Thanks.